All right, so it looks like we might be getting into more than we thought.
All right, first things first, I want to hope you guys have a nice Memorial Day weekend. And I know there's a lot of people on the channel that follow me that don't have access to all the equipment that they see me using on a day-to-day. So we're going to do a little something different in this video. We're going to head down to Napa. We're going to pick up stuff that you guys have access to, and you're able to do a quality repair at the house. So I'm going to show you how to do a nice repair with using spray cans and getting a nice job out of it. So I know you guys want to do stuff at your house, but you may doubt it, and I'm going to show you that you can do it. All right, so first thing you're going to want to do is identify your paint color, and on this truck here, it's in the jam. So we're doing my dually here, and that code is G1. So the codes will be in different areas on the vehicle. If you're not familiar where it is, you could Google your vehicle. It'll show you where it would be. Or you can go in and they'll usually know where it is, come out and even use their camera to match your color and give you the best variant. So that is why you want to bring a piece of the car or bring the vehicle up here with you. So we'll head on in now. I'll show you, they have a lot of stuff here at this Napa. I'm really happy that this is close by to me. So Ed Seymour, the inventor of the aerosol spray paint can, would be very amazed of how far his invention has come, that they're able to actually put paint now in the can from a mixing system and get a good match. So these are special cans with all the special solvents, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of the history of the spray can. He was the inventor back in 1949. All right, so we got our stuff, and it was funny when I was leaving, she was out there actually using a camera on somebody's vehicle. That way she could get the right variant. So we have all of our paints, and now we're gonna head over to the homeowners and do-it-yourselfer's favorite store. And let me know if you guys can guess which place that is. So we'll head over there, we'll pick up some more stuff, and then we'll be back at the house and we'll get started on this job. All right, so we're back at the house, and now I'm going to show you what we're going to be repairing now on the truck. So I had picked this truck up, and I had noticed when I had first got this area here on the bumper looked like somebody hit something a while back, and somebody did a little spray can and actually just put paint over the top of this rust, but it started to rust now. So I want to make sure that I can get this treated here, that way it doesn't get real bad. And so we're going to be shooting the end of this bumper, and this is a color-coded bumper on this truck here. So first thing I'm going to do now, we're going to go ahead and clean it, and I'm going to get my compressor out and show you what compressor I've been using lately. That's a small, cheap compressor, but it really produces a lot of air for a small one. So let me go ahead, get set up here, and we'll start getting into this job. All right, so we're all set up, and we got our supplies that we're going to be using on the repair here. So we picked up some 220 grit to go ahead and knock down that area that's rusted up. And then we're going to refine everything when we go to paint with a 600. And this is all stuff you can pick up at your Harbor Freight. And then you guys seen when we went to Napa and we got our stuff. So for the actual spray cans, I picked up an epoxy black primer. And that's the one that you activate the can on the bottom. So it's a 2K epoxy primer in black. We'll put that down once we get this thing repaired. And then we're gonna go right into our G1 base coat that she mixed. And you guys seen that it went into that little canister, and that's what put the paint inside of here with the pressure. So, and then we're gonna go into our 2K clear coat, and that's another 2K catalyzed can. So first thing that we're gonna do is clean it with the Prep-Sol. And I had this stuff from the last couple of jobs I did at the house when I was doing the Cutlass. So it's inside the pump sprayer. We're gonna go ahead and spray it now, clean off the area, and we'll mask it up. We're gonna be doing just a mask job on this. This is my daily car, and it's not worth me taking this all apart and de-trimming everything. Sometimes, to me, it's better off just taping up stuff when it's something like this, because I'm not too picky with my daily driver. So I know a lot of you guys out there feel the same way about some of the jobs. And to me, there's a time and a place for all repairs. So let's go ahead and get this thing taped up clean, and then we'll start knocking this down.
All right, we're all masked up, and now we're gonna hit it with 220, and we're using the Hook It from Harbor Freight on this one. So this is pretty good stuff. I was talking to a guy at Napa, and he said go over there. They had a good variety for a cheap price, because I didn't want to buy a lot of paper and have to buy a big box of it just to do a small job like this. So they sell it in small quantities, but it works with the 3M Hook It pad that I have from work. So let's go ahead and buzz it down. We'll hit it with 220. And we'll see what we got here. There is some rust, so I'm not sure how much of this we're gonna have to strip. All right, so it looks like we might be getting into more than we thought. It looks like somebody's been in there with some type of repair product. See that red? All right, so we're gonna keep on stripping and see what we got here.
We buzzed it down, and we had a big area of rust is what this was. It wasn't actually something he hit. It looks like it was a rust spot, and I have seen these trucks on the road with rusty bumpers on it, so it might be some type of a factory defect, and it was along the bottom here a little bit further along. So we stripped it, and we dug it out, and there's no more peeling paint. It did eat into it a little bit, so once we hit it with this epoxy, we'll see what happens and how much it fills it in. So I'm gonna buzz around this now and hit the extra areas that we're gonna be going ahead and painting with 600 now. That way, once I prime it, it'll get a good adhesion around the repair area now. All right, so we're all clean and ready. And I'll tell you what, if you guys are looking for a small compressor, make sure you check out this Vivor. It does a really good job. It's small. You could put it in your trunk of your car and do whatever you need with it. And it keeps up really good. It fills up quick. It's got this dual motor up top here that really fills up nice and gets it done quick. So we're ready to go. We're gonna go ahead now and hit it with the epoxy, and we're gonna activate the can, and that'll make this a 2K product. You got to put the top on the bottom there and puncture it, shake it up really good, and then we're going to apply our epoxy. And this is from Spray Max. This is the 2K, so it's black, and that's going to help us out for coverage. And this is the best thing we can use in a spray can on this metal here, being it's an epoxy. So let's go ahead and activate it and get it on. All right, so we put on one coat, we'll let that flash, and then we'll put on probably another 2. That way we get some build to sand it and fill in this area, and that way we have good corrosion on this here bare metal. So let's let it flash and we'll hit it again. All right, so we're gonna go ahead now after the 3 coats of the epoxy, and we're gonna let that sit for about 40 minutes. We'll come back, we'll knock it down, and we'll start applying our base coat on it. All right, so we let it sit, and now I'm gonna go ahead and use a 600 pad lightly and hit it wet, because I've noticed that this here primer likes to sand better wet. So we'll go ahead, we'll scuff it up, and we'll get it ready for our base coat.
All right, so you guys can see it's fully sanded and it's real smooth, and with that 600, it sanded it down nice. but make sure you give it a good amount of time to dry, because it's going to take longer than the normal canned stuff that's just a 1K to dry, because it's a 2-part catalyzed product. But once it's hard, it's a lot stronger and a lot durable. So you guys see that one spot right there? It was the metal starting to poke out. So I sanded it as far as I want to, and now we're going to go ahead and apply our base coat. So we'll clean it, we'll blow it, we'll tack it like we would normally do if we were in a spray booth, and we're going to hope that we get a clean job, being we're out here outside and just doing it like a normal person would. So let's go ahead and blow it and tack it, and then we'll start putting our base coat on. All right, so make sure you shake it up good and make sure you get those metallics mixed around in the can really good. And we're gonna tack it one last time here, and we're gonna start putting our base coat on. This will be something that you could still sand and tack if you had something in it. But once you get the clear coat on, once we get into that 2K product and activate that other can, you're gonna be just like a normal paint job. Once you do that, that's it. So that epoxy primer, once you activate the bottom, they say that that stuff is good for 4 hours once you put the bottom in. So this isn't an activated product. This is just a normal base coat that she mixed on the actual bank as if it was in a normal shop. Like you guys know, I mix mine. This is a solvent though. This isn't a water base. So she mixed it up and then she put it inside the can, and then it has the fumes in here that let it come out. So let's go ahead and get this on here. And so far it lays down nice, and you can definitely tell that it is a solvent product. It smells like normal solvent base coat does, but it lays down really smooth. So we got one coat on there, and we're gonna go ahead and put probably about 3 coats, and then we'll be letting it flash, and we'll maybe tack it off. Being I'm outside, I normally don't tack stuff right before we clear it, and I'm hoping that the clear sets up quick, because you don't want to have a lot of stuff blowing and landing in this thing. You guys can see it's windy out here today, so let's go ahead and put 2 more coats on, and then we'll be right into our clear coat. And you guys can see that it's flashing off very quickly out here, being I'm in direct sun. So you don't really need to wait as long as you normally would if you have a cold day out. And now we'll go ahead and apply coat 3. All right, so that's 3 coats of the base on there, and you guys can see it's got a really nice silky smooth finish on it. That can really works nice the way they have it reduced. I'm not sure how they actually reduce the paint when they put it in this can. Do they have to over thin it or not? But it laid down beautifully and it's slick, so I'm not going to tack it. It looks clean. I don't want any chance of stuff coming from the tack rag on it. So if it looks clean to you, go ahead and just move into your clear before you actually add lint to the panel, because you can actually put dirt on the panel. If you don't see something and you think it's clean, just go ahead and get your clear coat on there and don't make more problems for yourself. So we do have to go ahead and activate this can, being this is the 2K clear. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll start putting our clear on. Go ahead and push down. That releases the hardener into the clear, and make sure you shake it up really good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead now and apply our clear coat. All right, we're gonna go ahead now and put on coat 2. All right, let's hit it with coat 3 and our final coat. All right, look at the finish that clear puts out for a spray can. So if I used a spray gun, I don't know that it would look any better than that. Especially out here in the elements. We got away with a clean job on that, and that is just pure luck. You guys know that it's up to Mother Nature on that, but we got away with a nice one on this, and I'll tell you what, it looks beautiful. Like I said, I don't know that I could have got it better with a regular spray gun and the stuff I do at work. So don't always think that you got to be in a shop or have the best of the best to do anything, because this here came out nice. So now I'm gonna have to go ahead and wash the old truck, because with that nice bumper end looking clean, the rest of the truck is dirty. So that got the truck back up to par for me. That was the only spot that needed attention on this truck now. So I've done some painting on this truck through the years of owning it, and this was the last thing that I had to do. But being that it was small and down low on there, I really didn't have any time and didn't really wasn't in a big hurry to get it done. So we got it up to par. We'll get this thing cleaned up and it'll be looking good again rolling down the street. So don't be afraid to do some work on your car, and being you have local auto parts stores or paint shops that are able to mix this stuff up in a can, and you don't have to have big compressors and spray guns and spray booths and all that stuff, you can get a decent job right outside in your front yard. And but this is key, because this is the factory OE color, so they can get the right variant, and that way your color is going to match. You don't want to go to the auto parts store and grab something off the shelf that they're telling you is the right code, because it will not match your car. These are documented colors through their system, whatever system you get in the can, and they can chip it out and make sure it's going to match your car. So that's key to having the job come out nice, and then using the 2K products in the cans is going to have a good holdout on you. So I hope you guys liked it. We'll see you guys on the next one.